Welcome guys to another episode of Skywars, and today I'm nicked as Obi-Wan because I'm going to be talking about Star Wars, not even like the new movie that came out. I already saw that. Don't look at the comment section if you haven't. It's a trap. It's a trap. But I'm going to be talking about the prequels because that's where all the Jedi were, and like, you know, all the Jedi comparisons, and you know, it's a topic that obviously affects my life a great deal is what I'm going to be talking about today. It's the fact that Obi-Wan was like the only good Jedi, and as you can tell, this is very important to me. Nah, I'm just gonna be ranting about irrelevant things. But it's like, you know, Obi-Wan was the only good Jedi, and like, you know, every other Jedi sucked. And I know what you're thinking, like, you know, oh no, Mace Windu was pretty cool. Or oh no, Yoda. No, he must have forgotten about Yoda. Yoda was pretty cool. Or oh my God, Qui-Gon Jinn was the greatest guy. No, they all sucked. Obi-Wan was the guy doing work the entire time. Like, seriously. I mean, let's look at what Obi-Wan did in the movies. Like, you know, Obi-Wan, the first prequel, I'm talking chronological order. Obi-Wan's like, oh hey, look, it's the first. Oh boy, there's a person here. Obi-Wan's like, oh hey, it's the first Sith Lord in like, you know, 1,000 years. Let me just cut this guy in half. Easy peasy, get wrecked, kiddo. Like he didn't even sweat it. Oh boy, I don't want to get knocked off the map. There we go. Like the Obi-Wan didn't even sweat. He just cut that nerd in half and moved on with his life. And then, like, you know, in the third movie, he's like, oh, look, it's a four-armed, lightsaber-wielding robot of death. Let me just shoot this guy with a gun. Don't even need to use my sword on him. I'm just gonna use a gun, because that's how easy-peasy this kiddo is. Oh, boy, people would like to 1v1. Well, unfortunately for you, I had the power of the straight line. You are dead. And we're back on this map, because I joined and it instantly... Okay, anyhow. So, anyhow, he just, like, you know, flipping shoots this, like, you know, four-armed robot of death that's been terrorizing everybody. Leader of, like, you know, the army that's just single-handedly ruining everyone's life in the movie. And then, like, you know, he's like, easy peasy. And then later, Yoda's like, okay, Obi-Wan, I need you to do something for me. I need you to 1v1 literally the strongest Jedi to ever live. Prophecies have been told about him for thousands of years. I need you to 1v1 him. And Obi-Wan's like, don't even worry about it. Obi-Wan goes into the 1v1, cuts off all his arms, cuts off all his legs, easy peasy, doesn't even kill him because he knows he just like, you know, he's like, I won this fight, you know what, I'm gonna take it easy on you, you get to live. That's how confident I am in my skill, just easy peasy. That's what Obi-Wan was doing. And then you look at what, like, you know, every other Jedi did, and you know, Anakin did some things, but like, you know who trained Anakin? It was Obi-Wan. So, you know, everything that Anakin did just kind of reflects on what Obi-Wan taught him. Besides, like, you know, the whole kill a lot of children thing. I don't think Obi-Wan gave him a, like, you know, a 101 class on how to murder children. Could be wrong. Let me just stab this nerd. Oh, they have speed. Do I have speed? I don't have speed. They don't want to fight me? I could Jennifer Pearls. But nah. Oh boy, it looks like a lot of people are gonna fight here. I'm gonna give you 5 seconds to live. Time's up. But yeah, like, you know, so, you know, Anakin did some things as well. Like, you know, he stabbed Count Dooku. But then you look at, like, you know, the other Jedi and Yoda. Yoda is, like, you know, so hyped up. And basically what Yoda did was sat around, made some predictions, didn't really foresee anything that was happening. And then he's like, you know what, this is it. My time is now. I'm going to redeem myself. I'm going to 1v1 the Emperor. And he loses, and he exiles himself to Dagobah. And a lot of people are like, oh, he didn't lose the 1v1 to the Emperor. Yeah, he lost the 1v1 to the Emperor. Because, you know, you look at what happened after. What are you doing with your life? Oh my God, just... The Force was not with that guy. Like, you know, you look at what happened after the 1v1 with Palpatine, and it's like, okay, so let's see, Yoda lived in a swamp for the rest of his life, and what did the Emperor do? He controlled the galaxy for the rest of his life. I'm pretty sure the Emperor got the better end of the stick there. You know, didn't live in a swamp afterwards. And meanwhile, like, you know, Mace Windu is hyped up so much. Could you please fall off the map? I keep touching you like one step. Thank you. Thank you very much. Meanwhile, Mace Windu, what does Mace Windu do? And so, you know, you look at what Mace Windu did, and I think Mace Windu, like, stabbed Jango Fett at some point. But, I mean, killing Jango Fett wasn't really the biggest accomplishment ever, because, like, you know, what did Jango Fett do? He was kind of there. And then, like, you know, he's like, okay, guys, this is my time to shine. I get to 1v1 the Emperor, and he dies. And I know you guys are thinking, well, it wasn't fair. It was a 2v1. If it was a 1v1, Mace Windu could have won. And I'm like sitting here like, no, it wasn't a 2v1. It was a 4v2. Mace Windu brought like he brought 3 guys with him to fight the Emperor. And the Emperor brought 1 guy to fight with him. Everyone's like, oh, it's so unfair for Mace Windu. How could the Emperor bring people to help him win the fight? It's so unfair. Mace Windu did it. Emperor was just even in the playing field here. And plus, it doesn't matter, like, you know, how he lost the fight. He lost the fight! He didn't do anything. It's not fair. It's not if it was, like, you know, unfair for him. Oh, he didn't get an ample chance. No, he lost and didn't achieve anything. And then people are gonna tell me, like, oh, but Qui-Gon was pretty cool. Qui-Gon was, like, the worst of them all. Let me tell you what Qui-Gon did. Like, granted, he trained Obi-Wan, so, you know, he gets some of that, like, you know, secondhand Jedi street cred, but besides that, like, you know, what did Qui-Gon do? He found this little kid, and he's like, I want to train this little boy, guys. And he goes to the council, and he's like, yo, you should let me train this boy. And Yoda explicitly tells him, you cannot train this kid because he will become Space Hitler. And he's like, what? Space Hitler? That's ridiculous. I'm gonna train this guy. And so he decides to train him, and, you know, 20 years later, that little boy went on to become Space Hitler. Big surprise. Wonder who could have predicted that. Oh, boy, please don't hit me off the map. Oh, thank you. You just walked right past me. Now I can hit you off the map. Please, just fall off. I could get... Oh, no. No, that's not how it's gonna work. I'm gonna get strength in a second, and... How did that not actually... Okay, you fell off the map by yourself. Oh, God! No. Let's talk about... Strength! I don't actually have strength. Strength! Alright, I won that fight. What was I even talking about? I got kind of distracted. So anyhow, like, you know, Qui-Gon's like, you know, oh, I'm gonna train this boy. You know what, Yoda? He's not gonna become Space Hitler. You're just mad because you're bad. And so, like, you know, he goes and he 1v1s the Sith Lord and he gets stabbed. And then with his dying breath, he's like, Obi-Wan, you must train this guy. And Obi-Wan here, he's too busy carrying the Jedi Order on his back. Like, you know, the stress is on him. He doesn't know what he's doing. He's like, okay, Master, sure, I'll train him. With his dying breath, he's like, you must train this guy. And then he became Space Hitler. So, you know, I'm kind of putting the blame on Qui-Gon for that one, you know. Yoda didn't pick up on a lot, but he did pick up on the future of Space Hitler. But Qui-Gon was like, nah, I got this. This kid, nothing could go wrong. So, yeah, that was the Star Wars movies. I don't know what to talk about now. I honestly thought that rant would last a little bit longer than it did. That was like the nerdiest rant you've ever heard. Don't even tell me that isn't the nerdiest rant you've ever heard, because it is. I have no idea how much experience this costs. Hey! We got oh, already got absorption. Alright, where's this nerd? I'm gonna cut you in half like you're Darth Maul. And the reason I'm not talking about, like, you know, the original 3 movies, because the fact that there wasn't really a whole lot of Jedi in those movies. Like, you know, you had Obi-Wan going around, like, you know, Obi-Wan didn't do a whole lot in the original movies, but that's because he had back problems. He was like, oh man, my back, I've been carrying the Jedi Order on my back for so long that I have scoliosis, like, please help. And, you know, Yoda is sitting there like, you know, I live in a swamp now. I used to be cool. Now I give spiritual advice. What is this? You okay? You need some help there? Okay. GG! Obi-Wan wins, as always! Except the time where he basically Obi-Wan was like, you know, he's like, oh man, I can't. I've been carrying this order on my back for so long. I'm gonna just let Vader win for once, you know, because I mean, it's not like he lost the fight to Vader. He basically was like, you know what, this one's on me. This one's on the house. I'm gonna let Luke get this one, because, you know, Obi-Wan at that point was basically, I bet all the Jedi were complaining to him in Ghost form. Obi-Wan is just stealing all the kills, so, you know. Yeah, I don't know. Moving on. That was an episode. Leave a like. Bye.